I'm here to flaunt whatever's left of the roses in my garden, and that's because today's review is of Tresor from Lancôme, which is the first rose fragrance I experienced. Hi, I'm very glad to see you here. I'm your favourite frag hag, Linda. So I'm hanging out in my garden. It might be the last warm day for the year. It's September now. So these roses are hanging on by the last breath. And check out my gigantic hock. Hollyhock. Well, today's fragrance is no stranger to any of you that are my age or around my age. But even if you're super young or really old, this is a fragrance you should try, at least smell. So it's Tresor by Lancôme. And the name Tresor means treasure. Det är en riktig skatt detta. This fragrance came out 1990. I know. 30 years ago. Mind blown. And I remember this fragrance so well. I've gone through several of these bottles, to be honest, and then I didn't use it for over 10 years, and I just recently got this 30 milliliter bottle, and I've fallen in love with it again, and I want to tell you why. Tresor, just like the name says, it's a treasure. So this is something as unique as a fruity, borderline oriental rose fragrance. And when this came out, it was quite unique. Sophia Grossman, or Grossman, name pronunciation is not very easy. Sophia G. She created this fragrance. She also did loads of pillar epic fragrances around the time. And if you check this out on Fragrantica, it's a gigantic novel written in the comments. People have so much to say about this fragrance, so you can check it out for yourself if you're really curious. The rose in this is super jammy and syrupy. It is such a uniqueness because it's the blend between fruity, powdery, warmth. It's got it all. Sweetness in this is sweeter than I remember it from back in the day. I think they amped the sweetness up a tad bit. So, what's in this beauty? Well, what I mostly get, let's spray some on, I'm gonna get right back. Okay, I just sniffed it. Did a good old sniff. What I get here is apricots, lily of the valley, vanilla, rose, maybe heliotrope. I see a lot of people compare it to exclamation, and they do that for good reason. Sophia created exclamation as well. This lasts longer, but it has the same vibe. That's blend between sweet and powdery and warm. On the top note and first spritz, we get a bit of pineapple. Pineapple with a kind of peppery lily of the valley. It's so refreshing and it's unique. I'm going to list all the notes here so you can see for yourself. Okay, Lancôme has released loads of Tresor flankers. You got La Nuit Tresor, you got Midnight Rose, you got À la Folie, you got Mosque Diamant, Nude, of course. They're all really good in their own way, but they don't resemble Tresor at all. If you were to blind sniff them, you wouldn't have any idea that they actually are flankers of this OG amazing rose scent. The one that I find that has a little bit of the DNA in it still is Tresor in Love, but instead this is a crisp pear note in this. See, I'm not a freshy person. If you follow my channel, you know that. But I like the freshy, crispy, fruity scents. So if it's fruity and fresh, I like it. If it's fresh, like, you know, clean laundry or Dolce & Gabbana light blue, yes, I fell in love with this, and this is perfect everyday wear. I got Elixir from Roger Parfums, and I love the fruity, moist rose in that fragrance. But, you know, that's a precious, precious expensive fragrance. This is a great alternative. Doesn't smell exactly like it, but it has the same kind of qualities. And the pear here is like if you were to leave the pear on the tree and then frost comes and just hits that pear, and that's what you smell. So it's still got the original Tresor DNA in it. It's just fresher, more youthful, and less dated. To me, this is not dated. To me, this is sensual. Very sensual. Yeah, it is a little bit vintage these days, I'm assuming, since it's 30 years old already. But it's not vintage like massive shoulder pads, intense vintage. Actually, I don't find this to be linked together with the original Poison and Opium and those amazing, amazing power bombs. No, it's I think this was really fresh and unique in its time, and I think it still holds. I have a thing for exclamation, so if you want to try this and you think it's too hefty of a price, Exclamation by Coty is like, that's a cologne, but it's very similar, and it's quite long lasting for being a cologne. So that's an alternative and made by the same woman. Maybe it is dated, it's just too linked with nostalgia for me to be able to pick that up. But then maybe Tresor and Love is for you. Give me your opinions on that as well, please. It's very light and it's not super memorable, but it's so pleasant. It's one of those job interview fragrances. This, however, is memorable. It's got its own stamp and DNA. It's one of those powerhouse fragrances. To me, it's not overpowering at all. It's warm and it's fresh and it's fruity and it's just magic. It is a treasure. Tresor, I will treasure you forever. And this is like one of those fragrances that I will forever keep in my collection. And I'm going to repurchase and repurchase until it runs out. Please let me know your thoughts of Tresor. Do you love it? Can't you stand it? Give me a little bit of your story with it. Wow, you're still here? You made it this far? Thank you so much. If you like my videos, please hit that subscribe button on your way out. That way we will see each other again. And until next time, stay jammy. My very own precious. Yeah, that's not me farting, that's a motorcycle. So noisy here today. And it's off season, so I live in a very touristy spot, but right now